ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from Rockstar Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Ava Jane's Colima sea salt. And I've learned a lot about this salt. I've learned a lot about salt recently. And I'm going to share with you the health benefits of this salt and my personal review. But first, this video is sponsored by Radiate 21, a supplement all-supportive formula for gut health, lymphatic health, and EMF protection. Learn more at radiate21.com. So back to Ava Jane sea salt. So Ava Jane sea salt is hand-harvested from Colima, C-O-L-I-M-A, Mexico. And this salt is harvested from a region where the Aztecs harvested salt quite literally 500 years ago. So they support the Mexican Salarinos, which is the traditional salt farmer in Mexico. And the good thing to know about this salt is, first and foremost, it has an incredible flavor. It is mineral rich. It contains magnesium, potassium, and calcium. And the salt crystals are very original in terms of, sort of a natural grain. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a natural grain, right? You can see the calluses on my fingers more, which is kind of gross. I apologize. Salty hands here. But the salt crystals, what's nice to know about them is they're rich in magnesium, potassium, and calcium, and they're hand harvested in the traditional Aztec way. And additionally, the flavor, personally, I love the flavor of this salt. I've had many different salts. It's a salty flavor, but it also has this sort of rich mineral flavor as a whole. It's great on eggs, great in beef. I cook with it every single day, and it's honestly my favorite sea salt as far as flavor and taste is concerned. And I believe that's because it's hand harvested, and the technique that they utilize to bring this salt into this bag is quite literally the traditional method. So it's hand harvested. The water actually goes through these rocks, and the salt is sort of stays in the rocks, and then it's hand harvested, and then it's dried in the Mexican sun. Once again, it contains magnesium, potassium, and calcium. But what's really good to know about this salt in particular is that it is quite literally not only the best tasting salt in my opinion, and I believe that's because it's the purest and cleanest, and the reason it's the purest and cleanest is because a independent blogger did a study and looked at Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, Redmond real salt, and other sea salts, kosher salts, all different types of salts. There was 10 to 15 different salts that were studied, that were analyzed in a lab, and they found that Colima sea salt was the lowest in aluminum, arsenic, and cadmium. So it was literally the lowest salt in terms of heavy metal contamination. I'm talking minimum results detectable in terms of the actual amount of these heavy metals, whereas some salts would have 100, 200, 250 parts per million. So quite literally hundreds of times less heavy metals. So it's very clean in terms of low heavy metals. Additionally, it is the only salt that claims to be microplastic free on the market. And that's because it's actually not from the sea. It's near the sea, but it's through these rocks and the rain, and it filters it, and it's this whole process. So it's not only the lowest in heavy metals, but is quite literally microplastic free because of its traditional harvesting methods. So I love Ava Jane salt. It's honestly my favorite salt. It is tasty, it is natural, and it just tastes great. You can add it, to your cooking, but also additionally sprinkle some into your water for a hydration aspect. I find it to be sort of a grounding salt. I've been utilizing more of it lately, and I've noticed my sleep quality increase and improve. And I believe that's because the magnesium, calcium, and potassium just is sort of helping my nervous system be more calm. So with that being said, I'll put the link to Ava Jane's sea salt below. I hope you enjoyed this review. I highly recommend it. It is quite literally my #1 salt. It's the healthiest salt and the best tasting salt, so you're not going to go wrong. You're going to enjoy it in your cooking and adding to your water, and just simply utilizing in all of your culinary needs. Make sure to subscribe to this video, leave your questions or comments below. I'll put the link to this below with any special offers or deals that they have. Check out those links below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.